guys, and a welcome from me, Championship Manager 0102, a player profile for you now, and I say it all the time, don't I? This guy falls in the legendary status, no doubt about that. Sergey Nikiforenko. Now, this was an interesting one because what I do is I fire up some info from Wikipedia or any sort of sources to get some information, and I couldn't find him. But I did find him because his name is an actually completely different spelling on Wikipedia. It's a different spelling. That's both his Christian name and his surname. They're slightly different, but I think I've found the right player. So we'll talk about him in real life first, because there isn't really much to talk about him, to be honest with you. Nikiforenko, first things first, I can't guarantee his date of birth because, according to Wikipedia, he was born the 18th of February, 1978. According to CM, as you can see right there, he was born on the 1st of April, 1978, but who knows. Naturally, a forward, as CM have him. He started his youth career with Shakhtar Soligorsk. We'll just call him Shakhtar, but it's a Belarusian team, and that's where he started his youth career in 1994, at the age of 16 to 18. However, whilst he was part of that youth setup at the age of 16, he did make his debut at the age of 16, believe it or not, because from 94 to 96, he actually had 2 appearances for Shakhtar Soligorsk. Didn't score in any of them, but hey-ho. In 1997, do you know what? I've read that wrong. Yeah, no, scrap that, I'm talking shit tonight. In 1997, so at the age of 19, Dynamo 93 Minsk, he made the move, 14 games, 1 goal. But he made another move in the same year, 1997. He moved to RSH VSM Minsk. So we'll just call him one of the Minsk teams in Belarus. 12 games, 5 goals. In 1998, I'm making him sound like a really old player here, aren't I? In 1998, he returned to Shakhtar Soligorsk, and he was there until he retired in the year 2011. He amassed 291 appearances for his club, where it all started, 87 goals. Not the greatest career in the world in terms of big moves, silverware, that sort of shit. Never broke into Belarus seniors. He managed to get into the Belarus B team back in 2001. He managed to get 2 games, no goals unfortunately for him. But he has got a bit of a managerial career, in all fairness. 2015 to 16, he was in charge of, yes of course he was, Shakhtar Soligorsk. He was in charge for a year, 2017 to 2019, so I'm not sure what happened from 16 to 17, but 2017 to 19, he took charge of the Shakhtar Soligorsk youth team, so I don't know the ins and outs, but who knows. In 2019, he went from the youth manager to the caretaker manager as the senior managerial again in 2019. In 2020 to 21, he was a permanent manager of, don't get confused here, Shakhtar Petrikov. So a different team to where it all started, but he was in charge of Shakhtar Petrikov from 2020 to 21. In 2022, he was a Belarus under-17s assistant manager. In 2023, he was a Dynamo Brest assistant manager. And currently, he is the Dynamo Brest assistant coach, manager, whatever you want to call it. So that's where he is at the moment. So he's getting around a little bit. He's getting around, and it's good to see that, considering he didn't really move around too much in his playing days. But that being said, where it all started is where it all finished almost in terms of playing. Now, in terms of CM, right, Nikiforenko is definitely a go-to player. But remember, if you're in England, the work permit can be a stumbling block. Offer 35 grand, you will get him. Nikiforenko will be an assist machine for you. You play him right, you play him behind strikers or a little bit deeper, he will create assists for you. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there that get Nikiforenko. Gary Johnson, I know you're a big fan of him. and I'm sure you will concur that he is an assist machine. Yeah, he don't look that great here, but you've got to think we are 10 years in. So, needless to say, I purchased him at Liverpool back in season 1. That was probably me that purchased him at Paris Saint-Germain. That was probably me that was there. And look how well he does. I mean, look at that, 03-04, 35 goals, 7 assists. The following season, equally as good. The following season, equally as good. He really is fucking consistent. Give him games, right, and persevere, and he will repay you. He will repay you. He's an assist machine. He's a goal machine. You know, he can play at top. I personally prefer to play him a little bit deeper because normally I've got an out-and-out striker anyway. But of course, if you've been lucky to get Nikiforenko, you know, I say lucky, you know, if somebody else comes against you, you could have difficulty. But if you've been fortunate enough to get him, and you've got Sigalko, then you're going to have Sigalko up top, Nikiforenko playing behind him, and these two guys will fucking rip it up. I shit you not. They will rip it up, and they'll cost you peanuts between them. As you see, it cost me $500,000. You can always get him for about 600-700 grand. You know, he really is. I mean, you could go for Kutuzov at AC Milan, but this is a cheaper version. But equally as prolific. Yes, he don't look the bollocks like Kutuzov does, or eventually does. But you know, these statistics are not to be sneezed at. They really are great. But I'm more interested in what you guys have had experience-wise with this great Belarusian, this CM legend, no doubt about it. I feel we have like an element of Swedish legends, you know, Bakarugu, Barsum, etc., etc. But then you've got your Sigalko, your Nikiforenko, and a few of those, you know, there's a few sort of off the board, people like Jesus Arellano, who really are the bollocks, players that you need a work permit for, basically. So yeah, if you've got any experience, share it with us. Until next time from me, guys, it's take it easy.